like I said, if it's scripted, I got Jake Paul winning, which I believe this probably is going to be scripted. It's looking scripted. It's looking like Tyson's getting to that bag. If it's not scripted, like it's automatic. I got Tyson, bro. Like I don't give a shit. Even at 58, bro. If you watch their training footage, it's not even close.
He's still really aggressive. I could see him, if they let him do what he's supposed to do, I could see him getting him out of there first.
As long as Tyson
round.
keep his win, Cuz gonna put Cuz
Yeah.
Now, what made me really bring this up, because I was shocked when I seen the face-off. They had Cameron hosting it. This is a complete shift in sports. Cameron and Mace, everybody was taking them for a joke. Mm-hmm. Now it's seemingly they are really changing the way sports analysts are attacking the sport. Everybody's trying to become more hip. Everybody's trying to become more trendy. Everybody is starting to merge with the hip-hop world to the point where they just hired Lil Wayne to be a weekly guest on ESPN. Mm-hmm. And a lot of that was due to the outcry, him not getting on the Super Bowl. And I feel like I believe they seen that. Like, oh shit, he getting a lot of attention for not getting on the Super Bowl.
Bring him on.
Let's bring him on and bring those views here. But hip-hop is influencing the sports world right now. Like I always say, hip-hop, black culture is the biggest influence in the world. And this is proving it once again because it's a lot of professionals who have dealt with the sport of boxing forever. They could have had host this. They could have went and got Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
They could have went and got a lot of people to host this. They went and got Cam. That says a lot about where we're at in the culture and the influence of hip-hop merging from music to sports. What y'all think about that?
I like it.
Yeah.
I like to see it, and I think it's better. You know what I'm saying? You got Cameron and Mace, they got personalities. They likable people as far as being in the game. They got knowledge. I just believe anybody if they taking their stats and watching sports and doing it serious, I'll watch Cam and them before I go watch the boy, what's his name, Skip Bayless or whatever his name is, shit like that. Like them sports analysis, they study it, but I feel like we can give more realistic views on it. Especially nigga like Cameron. He played basketball. He got a lot. He's more smarter than what people think he is. He got a lot of knowledge when it comes to sports. So I think that was a good look and that's going to open a lot of more doors for a lot of people.
Yeah, I think it just resonates with the people too. Well, sometimes when you watch ESPN or whatever it is, the way they talk and how they, give things or give information might not be just as cut and dry as somebody you might feel like This might be a nigga you feel like you've seen him in your own neighborhood. So the way people or Cameron's able to explain things and Mace, it's definitely something that I feel like is going to be the new norm. You got Pat McAfee as well, which is somebody who does that kind of show where even Shannon Sharp in the nightcap thing with Terrell Owens, or Ocho, my bad. They have these new types of platforms where they're just being themselves and being authentic while still describing sports. It's not so uptight. So
it don't seem so scripted, like they're reading off a script. It's kind of it's like you vibing with the homie.
Yeah.
The way they talk is like the way we talk up here. We might be talking about a serious-ass topic like politics and what's going on with the presidential election, but we talking like we in the barbershop still. So it's like you can intake the information more because now it feels like you just talking with your homeboy or your peoples. You feel me? So I think it's gonna head that route. A lot more rappers is gonna start jumping into this space, depending on how Lil Wayne does. Lil Wayne, he been talking about sports forever. He got a whole song called fucking Sports Center on his mixtape. He got the whole Green Bay anthem when he came out with the Packers. So this is right up his alley. He been on ESPN a couple times, but to bring him on weekly, like a permanent, that's big. That's humongous.
Yeah, that's good for him. I mean, if he's able to, which I'm sure he is, if he signed on to it, he's going to be able to do the weekly shows. I know he was on Undisputed for a little bit. I never really tapped into how he was or how serious he took it, but I think a shout out to Wayne. That's a good opportunity to showcase whatever knowledge he does have.
Hey, shout out everybody in the chat. Shout out Pasadena. They just shouted us out. Shout out everybody in the chat. We see y'all. Good looking for the support. But man, I'm Cam and Mace is literally changing the dynamics of sports media in real time as we're seeing it. Because I grew up to the Boomhauers, the top tens, the sound of whoop, and the what I'm saying. We grew
up. You said Boomhauer, Boomer.
Oh, Boomer! Yes.
My
bad, Boomer, kid. Yeah. I'm thinking about King of the Hill.
Shout out to Boomer.
Shout out to Boomer, man. I grew up in that time frame of ESPN. So to see this, rappers we grew up with now merging over and taking it over, that's a good fucking look. And that shows you the power of podcasting.
But I think that too. But I just think because a lot of ESPN, they've been swapping out a lot of their analysts back and forth, and I think they're trying to figure out now they need some flavor. Like we said, they always come to us when they need certain things. They need the spark. A lot of people get on there, like you said, it's scripted like a corporate America job. So now people are getting tired of that. They're more so want to be more open to, like you say, more personality wise.
IRL content is taking over. It has taken over right now. People want real. They don't want that scripted fucking fake corporate shit like you said, suit and tie. Cam might come in with all his jewels on, drop a freestyle, then talk about the game last night. Mace might come in, drop a freestyle, talk about the game last night. They might roast a player from the game yesterday. They got beefs back and forth. They just make the shit exciting. It makes you want to tune in and talk about it. Then they got the female on there, the young Gen Zer from another generation. She give her take from the female aspect. They make sure to include her. It's just a better feel because it's coming from the culture. It's like two of the cultures clashing. You know, if you're from the hood, you rap or you play sports. So now we just combining that, and ESPN, and no shade to them, but they can't fuck with that.
Yeah, I like it. I like what they're doing. I think it just opens up another way for people to report and talk about sports. You know, it's a way that we didn't have before. I think it was a little bit more confined in what people were able to do, who they were able to have on. But now people are having their own platforms, and with the internet, it's able to get more notoriety and eyes than it would or ESPN would. So we're at the point where they don't have a choice but to collaborate with these hip hop artists, because if not, you're going to lose your market to these platforms that are independently owned.
And this is the power of podcasting, like I said earlier, where you can leverage the attention you get in here, and these big companies see that. And like you said, it's either we lose viewership to them, or we get them a piece of the pie and bring them over here so we can stay afloat. So you seeing this in real time, because without that podcast, we don't know about Mason Camp talking about sports. They could be on Instagram Live doing it, but it's not going to hit the same. They're getting a lot of fucking eyes, just like Shannon Sharp and Ocho. They're getting a lot of fucking eyes. They changing the game. And the big corporations, they see that. They seen the outcry literally from Twitter and Instagram about Lil Wayne. That's all that was.
But you know what they saying? We got to get a grip on this before they get it.
Exactly. Yeah, before they take it over.
Yeah.
Like we said, one of our greatest powers is the ability to entertain. So they monetize on that. But as long as we get in the bag out of it and it makes sense, shit, I'm all for it.